I am from Council Bluffs, Iowa, and I'm currently a high school student. I've loved growing up in the Omaha area. It's given me a lot of opportunities. I'm very involved at school, and it's given me the opportunity to pursue mainly like science opportunities and programs.
What are you studying? Or what are you interested in? What are your interests?
I am interested in neurosciences and astrophysics, so I'd like to eventually get my PhD in that. But I am also very interested in ROTC, and right now I am in the AFJ ROTC program at my high school. I'm the operations officer, so I'm a first lieutenant, and I'd like to continue that later on in life.
Were your parents military?
No, they were not, but both my parents, their grandparents, and their aunts and uncles and stuff, they were very involved with military.
So what are your dreams?
My dreams? I would like to go to grad school at a major college like Stanford, or I would like to do further research to most likely astronomy or like I said, neurosciences. Like I really want to make a scientific breakthrough.
In what field?
Mainly astrophysics, or I really like neurosciences because I have a sleeping disorder, narcolepsy, and so I'd like to study like the neurotransmitters involved and find out ways that I can improve disorders like that.
Sleep apnea or something else?
I'm sorry, what?
Sleep apnea?
What
Sleep
about
apnea?
it? What about it?
It's a breathing
Yeah.
sleep. Is that what you have?
No, I have narcolepsy, which is I like uncontrollably falling asleep sometimes and being tired a lot.
Can you talk about that?
Sure. I was diagnosed around my freshman year, and what it is that during my sleep cycle, I never leave REM mode, so I enter it quickly and I don't leave it, so I've never really had a deep sleep, and my doctor says I constantly feel 7 days sleep deprived, and so I do sleep a lot. I can sleep up to like 18 hours a day without medication, and some people, they think it's like awful and everything, but I don't really know anything different, like tiredness wise, and there are a lot of things that I want to do but can't really do because of my narcolepsy, but I've accepted it and I've worked around things. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was actually born here back in '73. My dad used to work for the Playhouse, Omaha Playhouse. He's actually a deep part of the theater community here, has been. And same with my mom. She was she worked at the Playhouse as well before they split, and I moved out to Oregon with my mom. So didn't actually get a chance to be a true Cornhusker, but when I came back a lot to visit, in the summertime, and so I got a chance to live the Midwestern life as well as being on the West Coast and being kind of a Northwestern kid. But as for the Heartland, I actually really enjoy coming back here. It's a lot. It's definitely slower. It's easier. It's good steaks. We have good fried chicken. There's a great the Alpine Inn up north is. My dad takes me there often, and we have a great time. But yeah, just the Heartland for me brings back memories of childhood, and a lot of good times, a lot of good experiences. So I can't. For me, it just brings back comfort and home in a way that is somewhat foreign as well, which it doesn't really make a lot of sense sometimes. But I just saw my old the house I grew up in, which is on 42nd and Cumming, and it's still intact and looks beautiful as ever. I wish I could go inside and reminisce, but the Heartland for me is remembrance of family and love. So I think that's about it for me, for the Heartland.
Hi, my name is Adam Kegi, and I live here in Omaha, Nebraska. Omaha, Nebraska is a wonderful place. I think it's a great place to raise a family, a great place to, I guess, learn. There's so many different types of people that Omaha attracts, and I think that increasing diversity is a wonderful thing. However, Omaha is not as diverse as I would like. I feel like it's very segregated when it comes to diversity. Automatically, where all the African Americans live, all the Hispanics live, and all the predominantly Caucasian people live. But I feel like in bigger cities like you would say like Detroit or Chicago or New York, places in New York, you find that the diversity is all over the place. I mean, you can go one block and see this race, go this block and see that race, and everyone's kind of put in this melting pot. And so that's the thing that I wish Omaha would have more of. And so that's why I love the areas of like downtown or places like Benson. You see that cultural diversity. You see real people from other walks of life living this Midwestern type of a lifestyle. And that's another thing that I love about the Midwest, is that the Midwestern lifestyle isn't just for people who you don't have to be born here to live the Midwestern lifestyle. I find that people who are here from the Midwest are very open and receiving. They're very welcoming, very warm, and that's something that you don't really find on the coast. Something that you don't really find like in the Northeast or anything like that. And so it's something that I'm really happy to be a part of. It's such a welcoming and opening community. I just wish that it would be more diverse. But yeah, like I said, it's a great place to raise a family. It's a great place to, I guess, think as well. We got a lot of space for that, a lot of flat land too. But yeah, I love Omaha.
What do you do? What kind of work do you do?
What do I do? I'm a musician. I play several instruments. I play the ukulele, the violin. I play the djembes, African drums. And I also play the piano and a little bit of guitar. And yeah, that's what I do. And I sing. That's like my main instrument. I'm a singer.
Can I hear you sing something?
Yeah. Even when I am sad, I see your face and automatically I am glad. There's definitely no place I'd rather be. Yeah.
Cool. You gonna stay here? Are you gonna move?
My plans. I think that I will stay here for a little bit, but the plan is to definitely expand. I wanna leave. I want to experience the world. I think Omaha is a great place to nest. It's a wonderful home. Omaha is my Omaha. But as far as traveling, there's so many people to meet, so many things to do, so many things to eat. So, yeah.
What do you think the restaurant scene, speaking of food?
The restaurant scene here in Omaha, I think that there are a lot of hidden gems throughout the city. You just have to find them, and it makes me sad that they're not publicized enough. But it's okay because I don't know. It adds to that uniqueness. It adds to that charm. It adds to that only locals only locals know about it. It makes it that great. Like my favorite place, it's a breakfast place. It's called Lisa's Radial Cafe. That place is amazing. The best breakfast in Omaha. If you ever want like colossal pancakes and like just an amazing steak skillet, they got you. They are so good, and they're local. Right off of 40th and Coming. There are times when I fall, but there are times where you do too. Even when I fall, I'm still happy. Oh, and I'll tell you why you should be too. Because when I fall, I will crawl again, only to stand tall, defeating the pain that I'm in. And after I stand tall, running is where I'll be again. Oh, when we fall, it doesn't always mean the end, but sometimes it means another beginning.
Cool. It's a couple of bucks. Oh.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
I can never do that.
Oh, yes you can. Nothing is impossible. Remember that. Have a good day.
Hi, my name is Scott Combs, and I moved out here. I was born and raised in Peoria, Illinois, and spent the last 23 years in the Detroit area in Michigan. And I moved out here a year and a half ago to Nebraska, and I am the Divisional Music Director for the Salvation Army for the Western Division. And I've been out here in Omaha for the last year and a half, and I think it's great. I love Omaha. It's got a wonderful culture, it's got wonderful music, great people, and I'm just really enjoying myself out here. And I really enjoy the old market here. It's a lot of fun, and I'm glad I came out. So.
What are you plan on staying, your aspirations here?
Yeah, I'm planning to stay. We basically, my job is to work with all musicians in the Salvation Army in the area, but specifically to work with young kids, teaching them about music and teaching them how to play instruments or how to sing and those type of things. And so my hope is that I'll be here until I retire, and we'll keep building good musicians in the area.
Any negative things you found about the area?
Nothing particularly negative. I guess I tend to not linger on the negative things, but the only thing I would say is it seems to be a little hard to turn left out here. But other than that, it's a great community. It's a great city, and I really enjoy it. My job is the Divisional Music Director for the Salvation Army in the Western Division, and the Western Division is part of the Central Territory. And we're a big division. We're all of Nebraska, all of South Dakota, and about the 2/3 of the western side of Iowa. So it encompasses a big area. We have 26 different corps in the area, and each corps is different musically compared to their abilities at any given time, and the dynamics of the community. The bigger the city, the bigger the potential for music in the Salvation Army. For example, here in Omaha, we have at the Omaha, the Citadel Corps, we have a band, we have a senior vocal group, we have a junior band, we have a beginners band, we have what in the Salvation Army is called a singing company, and that's little children, teaching them how to sing. In Lincoln, they have similar things going on because they're a bigger corps or a bigger Salvation Army.